Okay, so let's have a look at how to answer the analyze cash book. So here we've extended our columns from a previous video that I showed you where we got date, details, and total. Now we're going to analyze them underneath different headings. So wages and child benefit, we'll have rent, groceries, travel, and light and heat. So basically what this household is trying to do, they're trying to see how much money is coming from our wages, how much money is coming from our child benefit, how much are we spending on rent, groceries, and travel. So the figure we're going to get majority of the time is going to go into your cash, and it's also going to go into an analyze cash column as well. So 3 questions we ask ourselves when we're answering this question. So will the transaction make the analyze cash book go up or go down? So if the analyze cash book goes up, it's a plus, and if it goes down, it's a minus. And a debit is a plus and a credit is a minus. So beside the DR, we're going to just put in a plus to remind ourselves that it's a plus side. And on the credit side then, we're going to put in a minus just to remind ourselves that it's going to be a minus on the credit side. So the first transaction is on the 1st of January and it's the opening balance. The opening balance is 400. So we have this cash balance. This is money we have starting off the month. So it's the 1st of the 1st and it's balance. And this balance is brought down from the previous period and it's 400. And that's all where it goes. It doesn't go underneath wages or child benefit. It just goes underneath the opening cash balance. The second then, wages received. So will this transaction make the analyzed cash book go up? If receives it, the analyzed cash book is going to go up. So if it's going up, it's a plus. So if it's a plus, it goes on the debit side. So we know here, 2nd of January, wages 800 in our cash. And then we're also going to put into the wage column because we want to analyze how much money we're coming in from the wages. The third then, purchase groceries. So will this make the ACB go up or down? So if we purchase something, it means we're spending money, so it's going to be a minus. And if a minus, it goes on the credit side. So it's going to be the third. First, details, groceries. And how much do we spend? We spent 70. So it goes into our cash and it also goes into our grocery column as well. Fourth, paid for petrol. So will this transaction make the analyzed cash flow go up or go down? So if we paid something, the money's coming out of our account, so it's going to go down. So we know credit is a minus. So going down is a minus. So the next date then is the 4th, 1st, petrol. And we spent 40 on petrol, so it goes into our cash. And it also goes into our travel. So we're going to put 40 euro in travel as well. So the next one then, we have received child benefit. So if we received it, it's going to make our analyzed cash book go up. If it goes up, it's a plus, and if it's a plus, it's on the debit side. So it's going to be the 5th of the 1st. Child benefit 280. So it goes underneath cash, and then it goes underneath 280 underneath your benefit. Next, and then paid rent. So will this transaction make the analyzed cash book go up or go down? If we paid something, it's coming out of our analyzed cash book, so it's going to go down. If it's a down, it's minus, so it goes on the credit side. So we paid rent, 6th of the 1st, rent, 380 in cash, and then 380 then in the rent column as well. Paid light and heat. So once again, paid, money's going to go out. So it's going to make our cash book go down. So it's going to go on the credit side. So light and heat, and it's 95 in our cash, and then 95 then in our light and heat. Next and then it's paid train fare. So we paid again. So the previous 2 payments were on the credit side. So this is also going on the credit side as well. Why? Because there's money coming out of our account. If there's money coming out, it's a minus. So the minus goes on the credit side. So we're going to put in the 8th of January. Train. And it's 20. And we're also going to put that into travel. So 20 euro on travel as well. And then the last, and then received wages. So if you receive something, it's going to make our analyzed cash book go up. And if it goes up, it's a plus. And if it's a plus, it goes on the debit side. So the 9th of the 1st, wages 800, and we're going to put underneath the 800 column as well. So that's all our transactions entered in. Now what we have to do next, now we have to balance the debit and credit side. but we don't know how much is on the debit side, how much is on the credit side. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to skip a line. So get the red color. So we're going to skip a line here, and we're going to put in a single and a double line. So down here, because we don't know what side it's going to go on, so we're going to pick this side here first to put in the single and double, and we're going to do the same down on the credit side. Okay. The easy one next to do now is to add up these analyzed columns. So we're going to add up wages, child benefit, rent, groceries, total, and light and heat. We're just going to put them in here where we just draw the single and the double line. So the first one is 800 plus 800, so 1,600. That's how much wages we've got this period. Our child benefit then is 280, so that's going to go in easy enough. Rent then, we've paid out 380 on rent. We paid out 70 in groceries. We paid out 60 in travel. And we paid out 95 then in our light and heat. So we've analysed now. Now we can clearly see how much money is coming in from wages, how much money is coming in from the child benefit, how much money is coming in from the rent, groceries, travel, and light and heat. So we've analysed our income and we've analysed our expenditure. Now the next thing to do is we need to balance our accounts. So remember, balancing those accounts, making sure that the debit side and the credit side are the same. So the first thing we have to do is we have to find out how much is on the debit side and how much is on the credit side. So down here at the bottom, I'm just going to do a bit of rough work, or even over here, I'll just do it down here just. So rough work, cash. I'm going to add up all my cash items. So 400 plus 800 plus 280 plus 800. So the money coming in to our debit side is 2,280. That's how much cash we have coming in. How much we've gone out? Well, let's add up what's in the cash column. So 70 plus 40 plus 380 plus 95 plus 20. So going out, we've only 605 going out. So we haven't spent all our money. So what we need to do is find the difference or find the balance between the two. So we're going to take 605 away from 2,280. So 2,280 is our highest figure, so we're going to put that up here with the rest of them. And then we're going to find the balance figure. So in your calculators, put in 2,280 minus 605. So the money left over is 1,675. That's the money that we haven't spent. That's our balance figure. And that's our closing, our carry down figure. And we're always going to do it at the end. So the end of the period, so the 31st or the 1st. Now we're going to check just to make sure it's correct. So we're going to add up 70 plus 40 plus 380 plus 95 plus 20 plus 1,675. And we get to both sides, so the cash column is now 2,280 and our cash column in the debit side is now 2,280. And the last thing we have to do now is carry down this balance figure to the next month. So next one is the first and the second. Balance brought down 1,675, because that's how much we're bringing down to the next month. Just a recap on that then. So we entered in all the transactions from the question. Then we totted up, or we added up all our columns, all our analyzed columns. And then we added up our debit side to see how much money we had coming in. We added up our credit side to see how much money we had going out. We got the difference between the two to see how much our balance was. And we put it in for our carry down figure, and we brought it down to the next period. And that's how you answer and balance the analyzed cash flow.